This is Henry Kramer, 605 Chaser. Welcome to the show. It's been a while. We are certainly happy that you're here. And if you have not already done so, make sure that you go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and we'll make sure that you get notified. You get the notification when we go live, that type of thing. That would be awesome. So here we go. We're going to break down things first and foremost. We're going to break down things for the flooding. That is quite extensive as well again today. And that flooding, as you can see in this map, it's all the way up into areas of eastern Pennsylvania, New York, Maryland, Vermont. I mean, the slight risk here that we have is pretty significant. And then we also do have over in extreme southeastern portions of Oklahoma, and then northwestern Arkansas, but all of Arkansas is in that risk for some flash flooding later today. We're going to break down the timing of all that and show you all those details as well. I appreciate you again joining. Let's go ahead and get that information to you here as quickly as possible. Let's see here, 1 second. All right, so the timing on these storms, what time things could end up coming through. We're going to take a look at the HRRR here and break that down for you, and then we will end up going through some of the risks that we have for Sioux Falls, South Dakota as well. Look at the timing on this. Sometime after 3 p.m. today, we're expecting some pretty significant storms to impact areas of Philadelphia, Baltimore, Washington, even over into areas of New York. And we'll move this along a little bit further here. By the time we get into your evening hours, late evening hours, 11 o'clock, Richmond, Virginia area, you've got some storms there as well. Go ahead and expand this so that you guys can actually see this a little bit better. There we go. Expand that out a little bit. Might be a little bit easier to see that, right? All right. And so once we get done with that, we move on over to our other area of concern, and that's going to be our day 3 outlook. Let me pull that up here 1 second. But before we do, I do want to show you our day 2 outlook for the risk for flash flooding. Again, the same areas that are anticipated to get flash flooding all up and down areas of Virginia, New York. Again, this is for day 2. So we've got a couple of days of flash flooding risks that are up along that east coastline, especially after tropical depression, tropical storm, whatever you want to call it. That is Chantal or was Chantal. And then as we get to day 3, now we get into our neck of the woods in South Dakota. We got that marginal risk in the green and the slight risk for excessive rainfall in areas of Iowa, northeastern Nebraska, extreme southeastern portion of South Dakota, and then again in areas of North Carolina, we have that slight risk, and south central part of Virginia. Let's go ahead and show you the risks that we have as far as the outlooks. So day 1 categorical outlook that we do have a marginal risk for severe weather in these areas here that are outlined in the dark shade of green. That includes Missouri, Arkansas, Oklahoma, extreme southern portion of Kansas, even parts of Texas. And of course, that slight risk is over in the northeast corner of the U.S. We will have that. Let's go ahead and bring all the risks on here. We have less than 2% risk overall in the U.S. for tornado activity. The hail risk is a little bit more significant, but it still is pretty low. That is going to be over in areas of Texas, And then again, western portions of Kansas and southern Kansas, western portions of Nebraska, as well as South Dakota. The wind risk is pretty significant over in areas of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania area, New York, Maryland. And then day two, our categorical outlooks here. We do have that marginal risk that shows up here for your Wednesday, as well as the East Coast line, remnants of that crazy weather that was Chantel there. And day two for the tornado risk, less than 2%. I do suspect, though, that somewhere in this vicinity we're going to see a very, very low risk, and we may actually see some of it show up in the East Coast line. Remains to be seen, but we'll see. The hail risk is a little bit more excessive. That is in areas of North Dakota, South Dakota, and Nebraska. And then the wind risk for tomorrow, we do have that wind risk in areas in North Dakota and South Dakota and all along the East coastline there. Categorical outlook for day three. Here it is. We do have, again, that slight risk of severe weather for areas of southeastern portion of South Dakota, western portions of Iowa, and then eastern portions of Nebraska, all the way down into areas of north central part of Kansas. We do expect this to probably shift just slightly eastward, uh, but it will still encompass that slight risk for portions of southeastern South Dakota. And the probabilistics, what we have there, again, same thing. Marginal risk is in the dark green, and then more of our slight risk would be in that yellow shade. Day four, not expecting a whole lot. Day five, again, day six, seven, kind of a quiet pattern that we're expecting after these number of days here. So let's go ahead and take a look at some more of the timing on all of this if we can. I will take a look at the timing on severe weather that is expected over in areas of South Dakota as we get into day three here. 1 second. So once we get into day three, which would end up being Thursday, we can kind of see remnants here, a little bit of that risk, marginal risk up here in areas of Mobridge, McLaughlin, South Dakota. And then once we get into the 10th, the tricky part about Thursday is there's going to be some remnants from the overnight hours on the 9th, and then we could end up seeing that continue through the 10th, but more so later on in the afternoon, that development. Look at 4 p.m. 4 p.m. right there. We do have some excessive rainfall expected there, as well as some severe weather in areas south of Sioux Falls. This is a look at NAM 12K, so there are going to be some more updates to this without a doubt, but plenty of rain, heavy rain, severe weather risk for much of the day on Thursday. I should say later in the afternoon Thursday, and then into the early morning hours of Friday, possibly. But that's what we have here. This is likely going to be a windbag event here once you get later in the evening hours as that pushes through. We certainly can see a lot of wind and excessive rainfall there as well. We showed you that. So overall, not too bad. All right, that's the latest information, and I will go ahead and get back to, evidently, because there's not a whole lot going on in the chat here, evidently I need to get back to TikTok uh, since there's not a whole lot of communication through my live stream on YouTube. I've really got to get that brought up back up because never know when TikTok's going to be unavailable. I know they're working on an M2 app that's for the US, so interesting. God bless and stay safe, everybody. We will be back, try to figure out these algorithms with YouTube. Not sure what's going on with it. God bless.